This is the Kurt Murdoch Classic. 35 laps the distance. 3 abreast. A salute to you, the crowd, and a salute to everyone involved in the running of this fantastic event. Has been done so now for quite a number of years, folks. As they go around, you can see that the Kurt Murdoch Classic means a great deal to every one of these drivers. So put your hands together for them. Good field of production sedans to face the starter in the Kurt Murdoch Classic for 2022, although it's 2023. Doesn't matter. That's right, folks, as they roll past you, put your hands together for them, wave to them. The drivers appreciate the support. A lot of them have travelled a long, long way, and it has been 2 massive nights of racing for the Kurt Murdoch Classic. We're going to pull the cars up here in the main straightaway. The drivers will stay in their vehicles. This is going to be a classic for sure, folks. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'd just like you please to join with each and every person involved with the running of this Kurt Murdoch Classic in a minute's silence to remember that person with whom or for whom we are making this classic. So please be upstanding for a minute's silence in memory of Kurt Murdoch. Thank you indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Kurt Murdoch. I'm sure he's up there looking down on us tonight, and we wish every single driver out there on the racetrack all the very best, for it comes to the Kurt Murdoch Classic. Might need a push start by the looks for the 26 car. Brad Shearer versus Travis Hutchison off the front row. One hanging back a little in the third row is Neil Caldoulis. Gets a start this time. Corey Jennings high on the racetrack as they go round turns 1 and 2 for the first time. Brad Shearer, Travis Hutchison, have a look, tucked down. Low on the inside is the 29 car of Jaden Healy. Corey Jennings would be the next one. 1 lap down of the 35 lap journey completed. And we've got a yellow light. No, maybe we didn't complete 1 lap. We'll see what happens, whether or not We get a green and yellow. Stewie Robinson is the problem car, 36. Now, race leader to lead them past the Witch's Hat will be Brad Shearer. Travis Hutchison, Jaden Healy, front three. Brad Shearer says, let's go racing. Brad Shearer, Travis Hutchison, Jaden Healy there. Have a look at Travis Hutchison. Slips straight to the outside, trying desperately to get a bit of drive around the canteen corner. So we got Brad Shearer low on the racetrack. Travis Hutchison would be the next one. Back then to Jaden Healy. Gary Harris Jr. down the inside as they go down the back straight. Side by side is our front two cars. Casting across to take it high on the track, and Travis Hutchison says thank you. Moves to the inside. Side by side still. Down the back straight away, and Travis Hutchison has taken over the race lead from Brad Shearer, who comes straight back at him through turn 4. Back then to Jaden Healy. Gary Harris Jr. will be the next one in front of Corey Jennings. Down the back chute, Travis Hutchison, Brad Shearer, Jaden Healy. Big mix of cars. Next one through. Onto the infield comes Sarah Brand, and out of contention as we go down the back straight away. Yellow one. Travis Hutchison, Brad Shearer, Jaden Healy, front three. Gary Harris Jr., Corey Jennings, go, we're racing. Neil Caldulis would be the next one. Travis Hutchison goes high on the racetrack where he's raced most of the weekend. Stays about 1/3 of the way up and says to Brad Shearer, if you can, well, we didn't get very far. Yellow lights are on again. Might have to make a fuel stop. Hayden Turner. Lights have gone out, so we're going racing. Ready for the start, Travis Hutchison versus Brad Shearer. Shearer drives straight to the inside. Hutchison, though, stays high on the racetrack, and Travis Hutchison, Brad Shearer. Next one through would be Jaden Healy. That's the way they head down the main straightaway one more time. Corey Jennings would be the next one. Neil Caldulis. Richard Cook high on the racetrack. Right behind them is Bryce Bayfield. Good challenge up the front, and Travis Hutchison not making any difference to the plan. I will drive high on the racetrack. Down together they go into turn 1 and 2. Down the back straight away, Travis Hutchison holds him at bay. Back in 2, Brad Shearer. Back behind them goes to Jaden Healy. Little bit of a touch at the front of the field, but Travis Hutchison, Brad Shearer, Jaden Healy. Corey Jennings would be the next one in front of Neil Caldulis. Caldulis to the better of car number 15 of Richard Cook. Down the inside once again goes Brad Shearer, and into the race lead from Travis Hutchison. Jaden Healy is still there in position number 3. A bit of a gap back, then we go to Corey Jennings. The 2 lead cars, nothing separating them again as they go under the tower. Neil Caldulis having a little bit of a look now on the outside of the Corey Jennings car as they go down the back straightaway. Richard Cook is still the next one in there, as is Brett Barron, as Travis Hutchison has planted it in the wall, and that will require the tow truck. chance to pick up some of the panels that are lying around the racetrack. Ambo just making sure everything is A-OK. Travis is fine. Brennan at the back. So let's see. No. Wait for a green one. Car number 30 leads them again. Brad Shearer. Shearer to the better of Jaden Healy. Next one through there will be that of Corey Jennings. As right around the outside, have a look at him come, Richard Cook. He's high on the racetrack through the canteen corner. And guess what? We got another yellow one. This will be survival of the fittest. Let's try again as the lights go out. Brad Shearer leads them past the Witch's Hat to the better of Jaden Healy. Neil Caldula slips to the outside to have a go at Corey Jennings as they go down the back straight. Out there too is Richard Cook. Cook wants to have a go around the outside as well. Neil Caldula has pulled it off. Richard Cook's going with him. Brett Barron would be the next one. Then we go Jared Peacock, the one high on the racetrack as well. Rick Hazelgrove tucked in there. Race leader, Brad Shearer. Under the tower he goes to the better of Jaden Healy. Neil Caldula in position number 3. Richard Cook high, right up on the concrete. Brett Barron would be the next one. Corey Jennings. Next one having a little look down the inside. As they head down the main straightaway is the 51 car of Jared Peacock. So plenty of action back in the pack. Down the back straightaway, underneath the canteen, it is still Brad Shearer. And we got a yellow one. Tow truck to the rescue again, I would think. Okay, let's see how far we can go this time. Brad Shearer has got Jaden Healy still behind him. Neil Caldula, Richard Cook. The big mover is still Jared Peacock. Going to the outside was Corey Jennings as they go down the back straight. That allows the 6th car of Rick Hazelgrove to have a little bit of a look down on the inside. Car 30, Brad Shearer to the better of Jaden Healy. Rick Cook would be the next one as they head down the back straightaway, and also Jared Peacock on a mission down low. Neil Caldula's drifting back through the field a little bit as Rick Hazelgrove points his way through. Ricky Ingham would be the next one. On the outside of him in the 16 car is Sam Grundy. Getting away a little bit this time. Brad Shearer in car number 30, drifting high on the racetrack. And perhaps losing his place up there is Jaden Healy. Healy trying to fight back high on the racetrack. Richard Cook down low on him will go into position at number 2 as they go through the canteen corner. So it's the 15 car of Richard Cook. Back behind then is Jaden Healy. Jared Peacock in the mix as well. Down the back straightaway, they're all still chasing Brad Shearer. Shearer leads under the control tower. back to Richard Cook. Back behind him, it's still Jaden Healy. Jared Peacock in there and Rick Hazelgrove. The one high on the racetrack is the 61 of Ricky Ingham. Race leader under the tower one more time for Brad Shearer. Richard Cook. High on the racetrack is Jaden Healy with Jared Peacock. Down the back straight away. High on the racetrack too is Ricky Ingham with Rick Hazelgrove. Trying to move up on the inside now of the 29 of Jaden Healy. Back behind him, Neil Caldoulis is still there and Hayden Turner. That's the way they go. Under the canteen one more time. Down the main straightaway is for Brad Shearer. To the better of Richard Cook. Jared Peacock tucked in there in 3. Rick Hazelgrove has got himself up into position number 4. Jaden Healy. Next in line will be that of Ricky Ingham. Ingham to the better of Neil Caldoulis, who's locking horns now with Hayden Turner, and then back we go to Brandon Jarius as they head down the back straight away one more time. Race leader, it is still Brad Shearer. Shearer up the main straight and under the tower. Richard Cook, Jared Peacock, Rick Hazelgrove. Back then still is Jaden Healy with Neil Caldoulis high on the racetrack and Hayden Turner. That's the way they head down the main straightaway one more time and under the tower. And it is still our race leader, Brad Shearer. Shearer down the back chute he goes and through the canteen corner. He's got open a little bit of a lead back to Richard Cook. Next one in there is Jared Peacock. Rick Hazelgrove getting through from the pack then will be the 48 car of Hayden Turner as they head down the back chute. Front 4 cars have got a good lead. Under the tower for race leader Brad Shearer. Richard Cook still in 2. Jared Peacock in 3 going a little wide out of turn 2. Rick Hazelgrove not close enough to take advantage as they put another lap down on the journey. Back behind them, Hayden Turner would be the next one. Neil Caldoulis. Back to Jaden Healy. In front of Brandon Jarius it would be. We pick up the race leader one more time. Down the main straightaway he goes. And that is still Brad Shearer. Got a little bit of a lead back to Richard Cook. Jared Peacock still in 3. Rick Hazelgrove in 4. They are very close, the minor placings. Under the tower one more time. Hayden Turner back there in position number 5 with Neil Caldoulis, the car falling apart around him. I think that's its exhaust pipe hanging out the back of the car. Back behind him will be that of Brandon Jarius. We've got a yellow one, which will close everyone up one more time. Lights out. Don't know how close we are to the finish. We'll have to wait and see. Brad Shearer takes them to turn number 1 again. Richard Cook will go high on the racetrack as he has done all weekend. Have a look at Richard Cook. High on the racetrack for Brad Shearer. Around Canteen Corner. Shearer holds on to the lead position as they go under the tower one more time. Richard Cook, Jared Peacock. Rick Hazelgrove would be the next one. And the next one behind him will be Hayden Turner. That's the 5. Back behind Hayden Turner, it's still the 29 car of Jaden Healy. And then we go to Brandon Jarius as they head down the back straightaway one more time. Brad Shearer is the race leader. Through the canteen corner, Brad Shearer getting through into position number 2. Jared Peacock. Peacock, Richard Cook. A long way back then to Hayden Turner in position 4. Behind him, it is still Jaden Healy, race leader. Under the tower one more time. Jared Peacock in 2. Richard Cook, Hayden Turner. Richard Cook down low this time, down the back straight. Jared Peacock holds him at bay. Race leader through the canteen corner. The white flag's coming out. Jared Peacock. Car number 30, Brad Shearer. 1 to go, Jared Peacock. Just to the better of Richard Cook. Hayden Turner. One more corner, folks. Stand and cheer. He's done it. Car number 30, Brad Shearer, Jared Peacock, Richard Cook, Hayden Turner, Jaden Healy. Took a while, but we got there, and stand and cheer for him. He withstood everything. Car number 30, Brad Shearer. Well, it took a little while, but we finally made it. And the Kurt Murdoch Classic for 22-23, Brad Shearer. Got a few damaged cars to be taken back to the pit area, but Brad Shearer, Jared Peacock, Richard Cook, fabulous stuff. Well done to Brad Shearer, withstood all the pressure.